Hey guys! So today is the 5th day of Mental Health Awareness Week 2K16, and for today's video I am going to be talking about misconceptions of borderline personality disorder. So I'm just going to warn you now, and I'm going to put a trigger in the description, a trigger warning, that some of what I'm going to be talking about is gonna give you a lot of emotion, probably, especially if you have BPD, because this one's a hard one, especially when I get to what I'm gonna be talking about after I'm done going through my list. Okay, so I'm just warning you. Now. Anyway, so what I wrote down for misconceptions of BPD is people think that we're evil, manipulative, and cruel, when actually we care 10 times more than the average person does. Some things we do can be seen as manipulative, but in order to be manipulative, you have to have the intention of manipulating someone. And the things that we do sometimes, we don't mean them to be manipulative. We're not trying to be manipulative. And half the time we don't know that we're being like that. We're not even aware that what we're doing can be seen as manipulative. Therefore, it's not manipulative, because we don't even know we're doing that. So we're not actually trying to be manipulative. And, you know, most of us, like, I know, speaking for myself, if someone says to me, hey, Sarah, you're kind of, what you're doing right now could be seen as being manipulative, I'll be like, oh, I'm so sorry, I had no idea, I'll stop doing that now. You know, it's not like we're these cruel people. Another misconception is that we are clingy. Now, in some cases, for some borderlines, this can be true, but a lot of borderlines experience the exact opposite of clinginess, and they're very distant, and especially in relationships. So that's another misconception. Another big one is that only women have borderline personality disorder. Now, men can have borderline personality disorder as well. Researchers believe that BPD is underdiagnosed in men. And personally, I think that's because men have been taught that feeling is bad and that they should live in this macho kind of box. Therefore, of course, they're not going to, you know, talk to a psychiatrist about how they're feeling this and they're feeling that, because men aren't supposed to feel, right? So I think that's why they're underdiagnosed, but men can definitely have BPD. Another misconception is that there's no treatment, and BPD is a life sentence and it's incurable. Well, there are many treatments. People have been shown to be responsive to treatment. Especially dialectical behavioral therapy has been shown to be very helpful for BPD. And it's definitely not a life sentence. Actually, most people that have BPD, the symptoms start to lessen as they get older. So there's that, and it's definitely not a life sentence. Oh yeah, sorry if you can hear the cat in the background. He's kind of having a spaz. Another misconception is that all people with BPD self-harm. While it's common that people with BPD self-harm, not everybody does that has BPD, and not everybody cuts themselves, not everybody does this or that, so that is a really big misconception. Another misconception is that BPD and bipolar are the same. BPD is a personality disorder, and being bipolar is a mood disorder. So they are different, and they're definitely not the same thing. Now, those are the things that I wrote down off the top of my head. Now I have all of these lovely documents from the internet. And this is the part that's gonna trigger a lot of emotions if you have BPD. I know it did in me, and it's really, yeah, it's bad. It's horrible what people are saying. Okay, so starting off, someone wrote on a forum, so these are all on forums, someone wrote in relation to people that have BPD. This is actually mostly directed at girls that have BPD. Again, most people think that only girls have BPD. You're supposed to have sex with them once and leave like everyone else. Never make a BPD girl your girlfriend. You will be ruined. Well, that's horrible. And I definitely don't think that's true. And that's really heinous. So someone said, hi. Can anyone share some experience with a borderline partner? I broke up with my ex a few months ago. My life was a living hell. I didn't know my partner had borderline disorder. Just found out after the breakup. So now everything makes more sense. All my partner's actions, all the craziness, dramas, all the lies, manipulations, all the hate, punches, everything. And not everyone that has BPD is abusive, so... Still, it's hard to accept nothing was true, that everything was just a sick game, and I shared my life with a monster. How can I trust somebody after this? How can I go on? So this one person said a bunch of stuff, and in the end they said, just remember that not everyone is a monster. I just thought that was really shitty because we're not monsters, and clearly a lot of these people have just had really bad experiences with someone that just so happened to have BPD, and now they're lashing out on the internet and creating these false accusations of people who have BPD, when in actuality there's two sides to every story, and these people are full of shit. So someone else said, cheating, lying, addiction. Oh, this is all, I like highlighted the parts that I wanted to say, so this is all like paraphrased, by the way. Cheating, lying, addictions, lack of empathy, which is funny because, like I said, people who have BPD care 10 times more than the average person, and we have a lot of empathy. So much empathy that it's dangerous, and it's really hard to live with. So lack of empathy. The narcissistic tendencies, so painful and confusing. Then the euphoric highs and amazing physical connection. The sex, the off-the-chart sexual passion. All par fourth course in their world of hiding from the old wounds and dealing with the irrational fears of abandonment and rejection. So while it's true, fear of abandonment is one of the things that when you have BPD you could have. It's one of the 9 criteria. But, and this guy's talking about, a lot of these people and these men are talking about how good borderlines are in bed. And I don't know where that comes from, so that's interesting. Someone said, I hope there is justice one day. I hope they will pay for their actions, and I wish them nothing but a miserable and painful life until they realize that they are sick and ask for help. Now this is like borderline sociopathic, what these people are saying. Again, these people are talking about experiences that they had, and they're hurt. So I don't know why they feel like they can generalize every person that has borderline personality disorder. I don't know what gives them that right, but clearly they're not too smart if they're saying these things and thinking this way in terms of everybody being this way, because this is not true. Dealing with a borderline person is like meeting the devil in person. When you see no fear, no feelings, again, we feel 10 times more than the average person feels. No compassion, again. No regrets in their eyes while hurting you. Only pure cruelness. Cruelness that makes them alive, keeps them happy. I also agree that their main problem is that they don't admit they have problems, so they can't be helped. They just keep hurting others, destroying lives, families, and their children's futures. So yes, I also think those who don't ask for help should be locked up for everybody's sake. That is just not true at all. A lot of people who have BPD do admit that they need help and do get help, like myself. And I don't know, again, the person that this person was dealing with obviously didn't want help, but that doesn't mean that we all don't want help and we're against help. Yeah, that's silly. So this is a post on a forum, and it's called Betting the BPD Chick, so you know it's already gonna be amazing. So the person said, these girls self-loathe too much to want to be loved. So fuck the love stuff. What is the best way to simply root them? As DJs, our mission should be to bag them, then let them go. Any real DJs out there know how to simply use their problem to our advantage for sex. Let me just repeat that. And I don't know what they mean by DJs. Any real DJs out there know how to simply use their problem to our advantage for sex. So these people have big issues of their own that I think they need to work on, first of all, because that's disgusting. If you care for one, I would say you are wasting your time. She is not long-term relationship material, so convert her to a sex toy, then walk away. I don't think anyone, even people that don't have BPD, I don't think anyone deserves to be converted into a sex toy. And I think you have your right hand for that, so you should probably keep using that, and don't say hurtful things like that. That's horrible. Someone said she will come on very strong and give you the best mind-blowing sex you have ever had. Again, the sex thing, I don't know. She will suck you in before you know it. They are masters at it. And someone said, I have some experiences with girls with BPD. Unless you don't know her at all and you just hit it once and never see her again, it's not worth it. The borderline girl is a master manipulator. Her whole life is a drama and she is the director. Again, we are not master manipulators, and we don't even realize that we're being manipulative, and we're not being manipulative because we have no intention of manipulating anyone. It's all fair game. I don't actually know any BPD girls. Oh, but you're still talking about them like you do, so. Well, I don't think I do. But yeah, I would happily fuck one. Hell, sounds like a real fun game. Daddy her up, trip her up, give her one for the road. If I met one, it would be fun to play her. Just have absolutely no emotional involvement, I would have to say. Someone said, when you meet them, they will think you are the greatest person in the world to the point of it being weird, like they are obsessed. But when they get mad, hell has no fury like a woman with BPD. They most likely will not have a good relationship with their family because they are sick of dealing with them and their behavior. I have a great relationship with my family, and my mom is my best friend. I love my dad and my grandparents. I'm so close with my family. Will have little or no friends, and if they do, they will be men. I have lots of friends and lots of girlfriends, and very few guy friends, actually. Will have had many, many different jobs. I have had 3 jobs, and 2 of them I'm still working at. We'll take up one job or hobby, and we'll be all gung-ho about it, and the next week act like it never existed. Again, I've only had 3 jobs, and I have lots of hobbies, and I don't know. They will do drugs, drink excessively, smoke, etc. I don't do drugs. I don't even smoke weed. I smoke cigarettes. I drink a little bit on the weekend. But yeah, I don't do drugs. When they decide in their mind... Oh, but again, substance abuse can be an issue that borderlines have, but not all borderlines. When they decide in their mind that you are no longer worthy of them, they will drop you in a second and move on to being in love with another guy the very next day. I kid you not, most people when they break up go through a period of sadness and just want to be alone. These women can literally fall in love the very instant they dump you. They will also cheat with a second thought about it. So, no, I don't know where he's getting this from, but breakups can be one of the worst things when you have BPD. And I know for me it takes a long, long time to get over exes, and I don't cheat. I wouldn't consider myself a cheater. I have made some mistakes in the past, before I was really working on helping myself and getting better, but that I'm not like a serial cheater. Like, I have no idea. Trust me, if you even suspect meeting a person with this illness, run away ASAP. They will destroy you. Clearly, again, these people, they've just been hurt and they're just being idiots. The most deceitful thing is at the beginning they seem like normal people, and some of them are very intelligent, so you could never imagine they're dangerous, manipulative, and exploitive people. So what is normal, really? I don't think anyone's really normal. And some of them are very intelligent. Yeah, we can be intelligent. We're not crazy. We're not manipulative and exploitive, or dangerous. One skill I have acquired from the experience is how to spot them. My radar is highly tuned to them now. It's as if we're like monsters to these people, I guess. And you better run away from us. I have no idea. You can have a relationship with them, but it must be on the surface. Never consider them long term. They should only be friends or fuck buddies. And then he goes on to say, and this is probably one of the most offensive things I've ever heard. And when he says bipolar, I assume he meant borderline. Again, most people confuse the two, and that just shows this person's lack of knowledge. Most bipolar chicks are quite attractive to make up for their ugly inside. That is just horrible. And I can't even... Wow. Okay. What else? If anything ever comes close to real-life demonic possession, then it has to be borderline personality disorder. Okay. I worked in homeless services for many years and dealt with many borderlines. They are the worst. I can see them from a mile away now, but it took some getting used to. Every so often I will meet someone and about 5 minutes into conversation, the borderline bell starts going off. I know not to get in too deep with those people. I would rather deal with a straight-up schizophrenic than a borderline. So now they're comparing different mental health issues, which is horrible. If you don't realize what you're dealing with, borderline makes you feel like you are the crazy one. Borderlines make you feel like you are the crazy one. Again, oh my god. And when they say, every so often I will meet someone and about 5 minutes into conversation, the borderline bell starts going off. I know not to get into too deep with those people. And that's a shame because you are missing out on beautiful relationships that you could be having, friendships, whatever, with people that have more empathy than you could possibly imagine and people that will really care about you. So... But clearly, you probably don't deserve to be cared about that much if you're capable of being this much of an asshole. Stay away from them. They will love you or hate you, but you never know which, when. And if you stand up to the bullshit, they'll cut themselves or get a gigantic, ugly tattoo. They're superficially sexy babes until you get hooked, and then they start the mind fuck. Again, another misconception that all borderlines self-harm. That's not true. And they're superficially sexy babes until you get... I don't know where this whole sex thing comes from and this attractiveness. I have no idea. It could be because sex for a borderline can be a very important part of a relationship, and sometimes we only feel that we're loved while we're having sex, so I guess we put everything we have into it. Maybe that's what they're talking about. I have no idea. Been there, done that. My ex was not only BPD, but also borderline personality disorder. Oh, that's the same thing. And psychotic episodes. Run away as fast as you can. It was hell on earth living with her. Again, these are people's experiences that they have decided to share with the internet. And unfortunately, there are going to be people that are looking for research on BPD, and they're going to stumble across these things, and they're going to think that's what we are, and that's what every borderline is like. And you know what? I'm here to say it's not true, and these people are just full of hatred. And when you are full of hatred, you can't think logically. You can't provide accurate information about something you know nothing about. And I'm sick of looking at the internet and seeing these things. I'm sick of people thinking this way. And it's just bullshit. It's really just bullshit. And you're saying all of these horrible things about us. Imagine what it's like to feel things like times 10. Just imagine what that's like. Yeah, we're gonna make some mistakes and maybe do some things that aren't nice. Sorry, but what would you do in this situation? You would be the exact same way. And I don't think it's right to generalize all of these people, all of us I don't think it's right to generalize borderlines, because we're not all the same, and some of us don't even know that we're borderlines, so obviously we're probably gonna act more fucked up because we don't know we have it, so we haven't looked for help yet. We haven't been diagnosed yet. I don't know. But as you can see, there are a lot of misconceptions about borderline personality disorder, and that's why I chose to talk about BPD for this video. I do struggle with BPD, and I think I'm starting to get a lot better, and luckily a lot of my symptoms have decreased, and I've been really productive and seeking help and doing a DBT program and all that. And yeah, people like this just need to not talk about it. Like, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And that's going back to kindergarten, my friends. So maybe you should listen to that. But if you do have BPD, and you come across these things, especially if you were just diagnosed, please don't listen to these people. You don't need that kind of negativity in your life. And really, these people have their own issues that they need to work on, and stop projecting all of their problems onto the world and onto forums where people are gonna think that the information's accurate when it's not. So please don't take what these people say to heart. And you and I know that we care a lot, and we are amazing people, and creative, unique, beautiful, talented, smart, empathetic, compassionate. Like, we are amazing, and we need to not listen to these dickheads. I'm sorry, I've sworn a lot in this video, because how can you not be angry by what these people have said? Again, this is why I chose to talk about BPD for my misconceptions video. So I hope I straightened out some of these misconceptions for you, and I will make another video tomorrow. And yeah, so take care of yourself. Bye. And so actually, before I completely end the video, I want to do something important. I was going to burn them, but that's kind of a fire safety issue. And if I was really a borderline, I guess I wouldn't care about setting myself on fire because I'm so dangerous. No. But instead, I'm going to do this because this is horrible and needs to be ripped up. And it actually feels really good doing this. So goodbye, hateful people. And that's that.